Alright. Gotta talk to this guy to get... Oh. What happened? What? What? Did we get it? What? What? No! No! Okay, so what just happened is that I accidentally despawned the guy that I need an item from. That's game. We're gonna start over. Oh my gosh. Sure, why not? Oh my god. Alright, now you get to see it from the beginning. I just totally despawned that guy. That's awful. Oh my god. Alright, so note to self. So I think I was just holding down escape to skip through his dialogue. That's all I was doing. Oh my gosh. What the heck? That's so awful. I have encountered so many things in this game like that. It's ridiculous. Maybe we'll do better this time with the second part. Alright. Well, you get to see the beginning of the game now. You get to hook up a VCR. It's fun. More about getting a completion. The thing is, most of the time I actually do get a completion. It's just... Oh, man. Well, maybe it won't, slow down like it did the last time. We'll see. I'm off base here. What have I had happen? There's a part near the end where you have to remember the names of or gather the names of like a bunch of Aztec warriors. And one time it was like I left and right clicked at the same time, and it made it so it didn't register that I had learned one of their names, but I couldn't learn it again. And that soft-locked it. That's like 10 minutes near the end of the game, too. Gotta close the 5 open Netflix tabs. Yeah. That would help, wouldn't it? There we go. I got that skip this time. Go away. Learn our name again. Go down to this little girl. Alright, so as we play this again, how's everybody's weekend going?
Kids.
Okay.
What? Would
Price.
Can I?
Weekend's good. Got the Egypt PB, so I can't ask for much more. That's always good. PBs are always good.
I don't know.
Alright, come over here. Find this kid. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. That's upsetting. Alright. So, Mrs. Ploppy, if you're still here, okay, you said you couldn't decide really. They all have their unique flair. What other kind of games do you like? I'm always interested in if people, especially people who like adventure games, what other things they're into. Because it's harder to find people who are into that.
Corpses. It's horrible.
Oh, come on.
Turn to game.
Decayed there you are. My God. What kind of hiding place is this? How am I supposed to get there?
Alright, go down here. Don't forget to throw the rock. Go over here. One thing in this game you have to be careful is that there are often times that you have to be a certain distance away for something. So like when I threw that rock, if I just tried to throw it from where he picks it up, he'll tell me it's too far away and he can't do it. This is my first time even seeing this game. Pretty cool to watch speedruns for a game that isn't completely optimized yet. Yeah, I'm the only one who does this, and I've only been speedrunning it since like November. So yeah, definitely not optimized yet. Some of these things I've only been using for like a couple of weeks. Anytime I do like the pause buffer and then like walk during the cutscene trick, that's something I only found like a month ago. Happy I found it too, 'cause if you've played this casually, one of the things that you definitely notice is how slow the character walks. Like, I mean, I know... Imagine this guy walking like half this speed. That's what the normal game is like. And it's a really cool... Don't get me wrong, it's a really cool game, and it has a great story, but one of the things that people always complain about is that the characters move too darn slow. Walking on RuneScape. I've never played RuneScape. I obviously know like what it is, but never played it. Okay, here we go. Alright, decayed child again.
Oh my god. This decayed child must be Carol, Dennis's secret weapon.
I know, dude. If you actually, like, if I wasn't skipping the cutscenes, you'd see that, like, all these kids are, like, really deformed and mutated.
Thanks.
So, like, the story in this part of the game is that, some kind of meteor came down, and, a meteor came down and had, like, it made, I can't remember if there was an alien on it or if it, like, made the plants just come alive or whatever, but, the plant thing that's in the barn discovered that one of the children was being like neglected and abused or something, and it got really angry because the children in the town weren't being protected, so it just killed all the adults.
Now I have...
I love how happy he is to like bounce on this pig in this otherwise super creepy place. Alright, one... It's not too much to explain. Let me just do this part and see if I can't die multiple times.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. See, again, the problem is because I'm moving faster, the enemies are also moving faster, and I'm not used to it. And I don't know if you can tell just by watching it, but the controls are really clunky compared to what they could be. Okay, where are you? Come on. Okay, better. Yeah, so what I have to do to move, if you can't tell, is I have to hold down the right mouse button, and that brings up this arrow. It's not just like I'm holding down an arrow button. I have to, it's just super weird. Come on.
Can't hit it from here.
Can't hit it from here. Whiner.
Can't hit...
Oh, Jesus.
Can't hit it from here.
Dude, he's so gonna get me. Oh, jeez. thought it was point and click for movement. Yeah, so that's how most point and click things are. Like most of the games are, you point somewhere on the ground, you click it, and your character just walks there. This is the only game that I have ever seen that does it this way. And despite everything else that's awesome about it, that part is just so weird. Like if you see the little like yellow arrow that's following my cursor around. All right, go away. Thank God. Okay. Now we can do this part. Jesus. Okay. Alright, so the story of the game. So, I don't know how spoilery you want me to be, but basically you wake up inside that asylum. You don't remember who you are. And, well, you're like trying to figure out who you are and what's happening to you because you have no memory. And as you go through the game, you go back and forth between the asylum and these things that are kind of like dream sequences that are either surreal or like creepy or weird. And I'm going to spoil the game for people who have not seen this. So if you've never played this and think you are, you need to close your ears right now. Close your ear holes. You play the only insane man in the sanitarium. A rusty wrench. So basically what you find out, and again, I'm spoiling the entire game here, so just go away if you don't want spoilers. Like, don't go away. Turn down the volume for the next 30 seconds. Okay. So, it turns out that the whole game is in your head, and what happened is that you're a doctor who was trying to find a cure for a disease that was like killing children, and you have like a conscience and want to like give the medicine away, but your evil colleague wants to hoard the medicine and sell it at a huge profit, and so he wants to stop you from just releasing it to the world. I have it. Good. And so what he does is he cuts the brakes on your car. And in the very opening cutscene that we skipped, like your brakes go out, you go into, you go off the road. And then thereafter, the rest of the game, you're basically in a coma and you're trying to get out of the coma. But every level sort of represents something that's relevant to, like, the real world. So a lot of it's about, like, children being, like, either hurt and people either protecting them or not. So like in this game, the like alien thing wants to protect children, and that kind of ties back how the disease is like killing children and you're trying to protect them. Later on you play as your sister who, again, spoiler, died from a disease in the beginning. So that's kind of the game. It's like you're trying to, you don't know it yet. So like half the game is you figuring out what's happening, but it's you trying to wake up from the coma. Right, how are we doing on time? I think we're doing better than we did before. I think we'll end up. Okay. Yep. Okay, go. Let's go. Let's not soft lock up here. Okay, thank God. This, by the way, is the longest level in the game. So once this is over, it's a little less frustrating.
Yes, but where are we going?
Plus, thank you. It's better. I'm still losing a little bit of time. The other thing that messes it up too is like the load times between levels is variable. So after I'm done, if I know it's something that's like PB worthy, perhaps, I have to go and like just so that I know, I have to go and like scrub through and figure out how much load time there was. All right. Yeah. So now we see we're back in the. I don't remember when you came in, Mop, but now we're back in the. In the kind of asylum area. This guy over here is actually the bad guy of the game. We never actually talked to him in the speedrun, but that's your enemy basically. Dance.
Very
Okay. The other thing... Oh, come on, no. The other thing, and I'll just say it, this is only like my second stream ever, so I'm a little bit nervous, and I think that's affecting things a tiny bit. But that's why we do things to get used to them. And the game is honestly at a point where I don't really feel like playing this without hanging out with people. I haven't found anything too new recently, and... You think we judge you? I know that you judge me, Tinder. I know you judge me.
Doctor.
Judgment intensifies. It better to intensify. Go, Nathan, go find mommy. No problem, man. I was nervous as hell for my curse. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I'm going to hope for the best here, and if it doesn't work out, then oh well. I just want to have fun with it. All right, we got this guy's key. So, yeah, no, I know you're not judging me. It's just, it's different from, oh, dude, I missed, oh, well. You're supposed to be able to move during that. I don't know why that didn't work. It's okay.
Return to game.
We'll be able to get this one over here, I think. I mean, again, just because of the movement thing alone, I think we'll be able to PB this anyway. Alright, pop that open. And there we go. Got that one. Okay, get up the stairs, get up the stairs. Come on. Come on, get up the stairs. Get up the...
So much nicer when it's filled.
It doesn't matter too much, but it feels better when you can get up the stairs during that glitch. Okay. Hey, Scott. Can you close the door, please?
What's happening to me?
Okay.
Where? Return to game.
Nice.
Daddy. Daddy.
Honey, go to mommy.
Give us a snack of a candy.
Oh, okay, very cool. Go find mommy, honey.
Oh, it's going upstairs.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I can, yeah. Hey, yo, who wishes?
Is it delicious?
No, just wishes.
Oh, okay. Sweetheart, can you go give that to mommy?
Oh, it's a wishy question.
All right, let's see how well we can do here. Sheldon, that is exactly right. That is another added difficulty when you're me. My daughter is very excited about the candy that she found. The problem is, why not? I'll share this. So we used to have a lock on this door, but then one of our wonderful kids would like lock themselves in and not open it up. And so that got to be dangerous. I'd like to have a lock on the door. But then, okay, perfect. That is exactly what we need. All right, shut up. Go away. Nice. All right. We're going to not hold escape this time. Lock bar on the top of the door frame. That's probably a better idea. That's why I have you in chat, Tinder, because I need the pro tips. Oh, dude, okay, come on, come on, come on. Can I get by him? Can I get by him? Thank God. Yes! You see how much time? Oh, you charge by the hour? What's your hourly rate? How many bit connects do I need to give you? Okay. Oh, awesome. I only accept Tinderbucks. Tinderbucks. How many Tinderbucks for a bit connect? Alright. Now that guy's supposed to disappear, so don't worry. Hey Scott, I'm sorry, can you close the door again?
I know.
0 to 0 rate.
What?
Secret. Okay, good. We are a poor nation. Is that the nation of Tinder, or do you actually mean that you live in a country that's poor? I don't know how to interpret that. Okay, thank God. USA is the poorest of nations. Oh, I need one more ticket. Good thing I checked that. USA is the poorest of nations? I don't know about that. Okay. I just need like one more ticket here. So let's do it. Come on. Give it to me. Yes. Thank God. Alright, that is about as good of RNG on this level as I could hope for. Thank goodness. Alright, here we go. Back up here. Give you some tickets.
Return to game.
Oh, okay. That didn't work that time. That's okay. It only saves you a couple of seconds anyway.
Yeah.
Gonna let this guy out.
Ow. It's an oil. Whee!
It looks fun, but the animals scare me. Yeah. Happy fun time circus.
Uh-oh. Oh, poo.
Oh, poo. Alright, here we go.
It's a
That.
look.
Thank
Alright. Just need to talk to her, get our fortune.
No, I.
Get transported back. Yep. Good, good, good. Alright. Fuel. Will that work? Yep. Teach us the thing about fire. And that's it. Okay, good. Do I chance it? Yeah, why not? No. No, 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 no. He's moving, but not to a spot where I can get past him. The thing is, I've sat there and watched him just to kind of see, and it looks like that clown's movements are almost completely random. And so you could be standing there waiting for him to move for like 10 minutes. So I kind of like to bump into him. See if that'll affect the RNG. Yeah, maybe. Yes. Well, I don't know. I might not have saved any time at all. D. Jones wishes you luck, by the way. Well, D. Jones is a legend. So that any bit of D. Jones luck helps me out.
Huh?
Alright. Ready to fight a squid monster? So the action sequences... Oh, I forgot to split there. Dirt.
That's good.
I'll have to fix that later. Dude, am I actually getting good luck on these? No, I'm not. If that hits me again, I'm going to be angry. Oh, no. Alright, so the action sequences in this game are really janky. It's like they wanted to make it with some action sequences. It's just not... And look at all that I'm doing. I'm just walking in the water trying to avoid a falling piece of nonsense. And then... Well, you'll see all that I have to do for the boss up here. I guess it breaks it up, and it makes... Honestly, it makes the game as a speed run a little bit more interesting than just, like, you know, knowing the route and clicking everywhere. So there is some amount of, like, randomness to it. It's very moderate, but it's still kind of like, no, watch these strats here. You know what the strat is? We spam left click. That's it. That's the boss.
Feeling so great.
We're done. That's the level. Okay. Mansion. There we go. Great strategy, Goosemark. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay. Spamming left click strats. Yeah. The top tier strats. It's like it was like the years of training. It was like they really tried to add some things in here that were unique, but I don't know. I managed to perfect the fight. The thing I don't have perfected is how to avoid those stalactites without really slowing down. I don't know. All right, up the stairs. Do you like this house, by the way? It's got blood dripping down the...
Oh my god.
The walls are bleeding. All of that. And she's so nonplussed by it, too. Is Tinder you... maybe. I don't know. Tinderwave is just a legend. I don't know. Is Eric a legend to you? Because Eric's a legend to me, so... I need a word to call people in the chat. Like, I can't just call you guys my dogs, because that's Mike's thing. I don't just want to say guys, because, I mean, not all of you are probably guys. That's sexist. I don't want that. I need, like, a word for the people in my chat. Peons? Alright, here's another part where you're walking when you're not supposed to. This was like the first glitch I found, because it's really easy to find. You just start walking immediately after you do that clock puzzle. And you can get here early. My eyes, you smirk. Peons is too insulting. I wouldn't call you that. You're not my peons. Alright, what do I need to do here? Okay. So, yeah, so every glitch that I've found that's useful has to do with that. With walking without the yellow arrow. So it's getting it in a state where you can walk without having to hold down right click. So the problem is if you're walking, you can't do anything else. Like if I want to look at something, then I have to let go of right click and then left click. It won't let me do both at the same time. Wrong way. And so all of them have to do with manipulating that. And the parts where like you'll see me go to the menu, what that's doing is pause buffering right on the frame, like in between, like say in between a dialogue and a scripted animation where you're not allowed to walk. And so then I hold down left and right click at the same time. And what that does, it dismisses the menu, but then it also starts you walking right on like the one frame where you still have the arrow. And it'll let you walk when you're not supposed to. It's kind of like there's just these in-between states where you get the yellow arrow like in between, like let's say in between a puzzle and going back to the main game. And it's like in transition, and it's like it hasn't yet detected that you shouldn't be walking. And there's like a one frame thing. I used to just spam left click, but then I thought, well, other games do pause buffering, maybe it'll work here. And it just happened to. Alright. This, by the way, is the main character's sister. We haven't talked about the lore for a while. This is the main character's sister who we're sort of playing as, and this little kid is us. There's always that one magic frame. Yeah, because like if you play it enough, you sort of start to notice that, yeah, there's a yellow arrow there. Can I do anything with that? And it turns out, yes, you can. Sometimes it doesn't help because there are points where, like, if right after that one frame there's a scripted animation where it needs to take over anyway. So, like, if I start walking but then it takes over with an animation, then it doesn't help.
I'll watch over him.
Goodbye, Sarah.
It doesn't help. But most of the time it does. All right, this is kind of a shorter one, so we're back to the sanitarium. In like a tower area. Go in here. Skip the cutscene. Grab this. Okay. So this puzzle coming up, I think, is kind of funny because you're only going to see it for a few seconds, but basically it's like there's a ball that you have to free from some magnetic clamps, and you're supposed to like turn a wheel and flip a switch, and I'm sure that the developers intended the solution to be more complicated than this, where you have to, like, I don't know, turn the wheel 5 times, hit the switch 4 times, whatever. But instead there's a much easier solution, and if you want to play along, you can count with me here. I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's it. Do you like the back and forth strategy of just counting to 8? It's wonderful.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's really funny with like almost every one of the puzzles. Once you understand how it works, the solution is so ridiculously easy. All right, so now we have to unscramble some things on a blackboard, and I'll explain it in just a second.
Shall I venture forth to unravel the mysteries that lurk beneath the mind collection, or turn back in fear of what I may?
What you're supposed to do is to click the first letter of each sentence and then unscramble it down below. But if you just know what it's supposed to be, like in the first place, you can just click where, hold on. You can just click it on the board, and then you don't have to waste time unscrambling it down below. So memorization helps. Oh, I messed that up a little. It's okay.
Surely I am close.
Didn't waste too much time. Alright. So now we unscramble it there. Come over here, put in the code. Youth hides the key.
To youth.
Oh my gosh, okay. This is the level you were talking about, Bill. This is the hive. So, I know it looks weird. Basically what happens is you take control of a Cyclops that it's a comic book character that you read as a kid. So if you remember, all this is kind of in your head. And so now you're playing out like one of your comic book people. A handsome Cyclops, he says. I don't know how you know that a Cyclops is handsome. They look pretty darn ugly to me. Okay, so the upgrade. See, this guy runs super fast. He's booking it here. Thick Cyclops, exactly. Okay, grab this. Alright. So coming up we have a puzzle that looks weird, but it's really just a matter of like matching symbols. You'll see it. I'll need to pay attention, but if you just watch for a second, I think you'll get it. Is this your main speed game? Just yeah, this is my well, okay, I only started speedrunning like back in November, and this was the first game that I ever speedrun or ran, I guess. You know what? We'll do it the way I'm used to. And let me speak to that. I'll speak more to that in 1 second. Let me focus here. Shoot. 1 and 3. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Yes. Hold on. Hold on. I missed it. Okay. 1, 3. 2, 3. Okay, so now I'm 1 and 2. Okay. There we go. That's much slower than I normally used to, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, so this is like I wanted to pick up a speed game, and they're just, I don't know, there wasn't anything I was really interested in, and I thought, let's try this one out and see if I can do anything with it.
Normally.
Okay. Okay, get that. And now we can get in here. Grab this little weird looking thing. If you ever become remotely interested in G, I'd love to help out. That'd be interesting. I would need to pick up an N64 again. We got rid of ours a while back. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love GoldenEye. I think it's a neat game, and I played it a ton when I was a kid. The only thing with me is I feel like... I don't know. Oh, come on. The amount of time it would take to, like, really get good at it is more than I'm probably willing to put in, but I don't know. That might just be me talking. I do love it, though. Come on. And it's also, you know what it also is? It's also that, like, if I'm playing it, I would want to get to a point where I'm, like, at least getting points, and, like, to get to that point would be a lot of hours. Like to where I'd be happy with my performance. Okay, sorry. Earphone warning. I'm so sorry. There's no way I can control the volume on that. Should have mentioned that sooner. I'm so sorry. I don't know why, but in those pop-up puzzles, like, the volume is just so loud. I don't know why. And there's, like, no option to turn that down, really. It's so obnoxious. Oh, dude, did I not get it? Darn it. Helps if you actually pick up the thing that you're trying to get. Okay, do this. And to this guy. Go back up here. Okay. Here's a nice part. I can just sort of jam escape for a bit. Not too much. Come on. Best stop by. Thanks, Mop. Are you going, or are you sticking around longer?
You've done some incredible work, Max.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this part we're in back to the assignment with kind of a mortuary level. This puzzle is, I don't even know why it's in here, because you can kind of see what I'm doing. You just turn the wheel, do this lever as well. I'm glad you're sticking around, Mop. And turn that, and we're out. I think this is probably one of my favorite levels to run because it's so like self-contained and the route is so simple. I don't know. I like it when that happens. So we grab this, grab a matchbook, grab a must. We're going to bust open a wall. Bust it open again.
Yes.
So happy. Get back in here. Up. Grab a monkey wrench. Do this. Turn that on. I don't know. I can't remember how we know to do this. But you grab corpse number 7 and cremate it. Alright, so we come back in here. Oh, wait, no. Do this first. Need to turn the heat back on. So, alright, I have ambient sounds turned off so you can't hear it, but this is one of, I don't know, of the more morbid or funny parts because, oh dude, don't do that. So there's a guy actually in one of these slabs that you're supposed to rescue and he gives you like a hint, but since we know what to do, we just leave him there, and so if I have that turned on, then you just hear him saying, help me, get me out of here. And I guess we're just an ass because we're going to leave him in there.
Brass. The ash.
Okay, we get to talk to a tree. Feel like talking to trees? I feel like talking to trees. Oh, no. Stark. Alright, good. We are getting there, boys and girls.
Yes, the light. It's open.
Well, now.
Damn you, Mark. Huh.
Alright, we do this.
This isn't.
Alright. And that's that puzzle. What you're supposed to do is kind of walk around and look up different documents. Are there any parts that they left that can soft lock? No. There's one more part that I've managed to soft lock before. So this is the part. So what the first part of this part, we're now the Olmec god, we're the Aztec god Olmec. And what we're supposed to do first is to learn the names of some fallen Aztec warriors. And you'll kind of see what I have to do. So you see that ghost there? We have to talk to each one of those and learn their names. But if what I've done before when I learn their name, I've accidentally left and right clicked at the same time, and that like dismisses it. So it's like you do the dialogue, but then the game doesn't recognize that you've learned it. And then it's like you do a test later where you're supposed to know their names, and you're like, I don't know their names. I'm like, yeah, I have. And I went back through the level like 5 times clicking on it. It was just because like I had dismissed the dialogue at the same time as I learned it. So, but that's once I get past that part, that's it. So let's see here. Pod. Tree. Right. Oh, and of course it's going to freeze on me for about 10 seconds.
I coffee.
Okay, go to mommy.
Don't give it to me water. You have water.
Honey, go to mommy right now.
No, get hot water. Get hot water.
Go ask mommy for some water, honey.
Okay.
Okay, do this. This guy up here is like the enemy of the level, but we never have to talk to him. So we don't. Okay, back down here. Well, we got that guy's name. Got that guy's name.
Water. Need some water.
Name.
Some water. Some water.
Honey, go to mommy right now.
No. Water. I'm sick.
Take that to mommy.
Okay.
Take it to mommy.
Okay.
Yeah. Couple more people to learn. Oh my gosh. Learn his name. Oh no, I'll keep doing that. Don't do that. Test. Okay. All right. Yeah. So it's something like this guy. He's dead, and he wants us as a test to make a necklace for his wife, and we get that from this guy, or at least we get him to promise it. If we were actually listening to his dialogue, it'd be pretty funny because Olmec is, I don't know, he threatens people all the time and tells people to bash them in if they don't do what he says. Necklace. Okay, good. These quests seem very familiar. Yeah, so with any of those types of games, like when you're fetching stuff, like that is kind of how it works. You know what I mean? Dialogue, yep. Yeah, I think the only difference between... You have to tell me with RuneScape. It's like in this game, there are no like stats or anything. But yes, it's a lot of collecting items, making things, like giving stuff to people, choosing the right dialogue options. And tell me I did it. Okay, thank God. Oh, then we spam this. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so what we're doing is he's doing a little ritual here. So that we can go and walk in the lava.
In the bottle. What's that? I don't know.
Okay, have pod. I have the pod of might. Exactly. All right, that guy goes and he tries to defeat the bad guy, but he fails miserably and dies. And he tells us about a mask we need to get. Yeah, we don't care about no lava.
Oh, I got it. So heavy. So heavy. So heavy.
Oh, I know, honey. What are we doing? Down here.
So hot.
All right.
I bet you better.
This thing we need to do here. Get the last of the totems. So we need to go over here, grab the wind totem. This puzzle is just hitting these symbols in like descending order of size. And there we go. And we bust that open. Alright. I hope so. Alright, so if you take a look at the steps on this temple, you see some symbols, and those are going to become important in just a second. So we're supposed to like match these. Now, you'd think that they'd make this more complicated, but instead it's more like you just have to count. So I did 1 and 2, now I need to do 3. Oh, wait, I did that. Oh, yep. Oh, one too many. Hold on. Okay. Alright, good. Yeah, star. This one needs to be the fish. Not that thing. Fishy. This. Oh my gosh. The Jaguar's power is revealed. Honey, go find mommy. Alright, jump in. Boom. Alright, we're pacing good. Let's hope here. Alright. Here we're in a maze. We just have to... If you touch the pink stuff, it'll send you back to the beginning. That's really all you need to know. This one's a really short one. And we are so close to ending the game, thank goodness. Okay. Come here, do that, that, that. Pulls open a little pillar. Here we want to go back to the beginning, so we get sucked in. Go to this guy. It looks kind of like he's doing a touchdown. I cannot go that way. Lift that up. If, darn it. All right. Head back here. This is going to unlock that gate that we need. This pixel's hard to find. There we go. Alright, we are just about done with the maze. Come on, get up there. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. And if I just don't mess this up, I think we'll do pretty well. So this is actually probably my favorite level. So what you do here, now you kind of play as all 3 of the different characters, but you get to switch between them. Here we just have to light up the pumpkins.
My God.
Grab this.
The stone. Sarah.
Give him his head back, and he lets
The stone.
this come up. Yeah, so each of the different characters has like different abilities on this level, and so like if you want to walk over the thorns, you can't be any of the people who have like fleshy feet. If you want to be strong, you have to be this guy. Come on.
Turn to game.
This game appears.
That's gonna open the clown's mouth. Come over here. Since we're going into the fire, we have to be stone. And we want red.
Why are these?
And yellow. And green. Blue. That works.
Clown. The angelic.
So the whole point on this level is you're trying to, if you were paying attention back at the beginning of the game, there's a statue that's sort of hanging out in the very beginning, and you're trying to reassemble it here.
A honey. An in.
TikTok and my eyes so gross. Julie, I got it. I just need help.
Okay, pick up the gate,
Oh,
jump in.
An.
Is she okay?
Stop. I couldn't move it.
Okay.
These plates.
So you're supposed to step on these.
Could you?
Ah, a piece of the angelic right wing.
All right.
Turn to game.
What am I thinking? All right, last part to do. Assemble this.
Right wing.
Yeah, exactly, huh?
Better. The angel. Better. Right wing. Better. The head.
All right, this next part's going to go by really fast. So, in the very last level, all that we're doing
The statue.
is trying to avoid some sort of black slime that's moving around on the floor. And if you get hit by it, you kind of move back to where you started from, but it goes super fast. Nice.
Have to get
Turn
through
to
those
game.
columns.
What you're trying to do is get over to these spheres, and there. Dude, stop.
Turn to game.
Come on.
You have no more.
More to do. Boom. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hey Mike, what's going on, buddy?
My hero.
All right.
Love you.
I'm gonna get up and stretch for 1 second, and you guys are gonna watch the end of the game. I'll be right back. Thanks, Mop. Hold on 1 second. I'll be back. Oh, and you get to see the end cutscene, and you get to see a really weird like techno song at the end. Hold on.
It's over.
I'm back. It's over.
Because it might be the last time you get to go to Alaska.
That's very true.
Because when you go to Texas,
Head of the
you won't be
Mercy
there.
Drug Corporation,
You won't go to
Dr.
Alaska.
Jacob Morgan,
So his
has
life will go to
resigned.
the
This surprising development comes just a few short months after the corporation made its cure for the DNA V virus available to the public.
What do you want?
Dr. Morgan's successor, Max Locke,
Okay, come sit on
the man who discovered the DNA V cure,
Okay,
had no
you gotta
comment.
take a nap.
The trial of Dr.
I
Jacob
got it.
Morgan, former head of the Mercy Drug Corporation, begins this morning. Federal authorities claim Dr. Morgan hindered the drug's development in an attempt to increase company profits. He may even have gone so far as to sabotage a researcher's car, an act which nearly prevented a true cure from ever being found. Prosecutors are confident that Morgan will be found guilty and sentenced to life in prison.
Bare feet slippers?
You need them to go on the rides, of course.
60% off right now.
Must I pass through the bowels of the monster?
Sale.
This is a
Huge
confusing mess.
What? I wish I knew, man. Why? That stuff is for the birds. What?
Who are you?
Why?
He smells so rich. I gave him a little burger, but I bought a witch.
PJ Masks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hope you can pig boogers on this game.
That's a rude thing to say.
Hey, who are you?
Slimy squid boy broke loose. Wish I could.
Where is that awful
Miss.
You hang out in here for King's Quest? Okay. All right, I'm back. Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate that. How are you doing, man? And how are we enjoying the nice techno tunes? It's so silly they put this in at the end. It's like, I don't know, they just took sound samples from the rest of the game and decided to make a little tune.
His arms were red with blood and he was swinging around the head as he was talking.
Anyway, enough of that.